Hi everyone, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel, or I should say welcome back to my messy desk, because it always just seems to be overflowing with crafting stuff, which I guess is not a bad thing. So I'm coming on today to share this journal that I just finished creating. I used a kit from Amy Joy Studios. It was called Magnolia Lane. Yes, Magnolia Lane. And this kit, the images on it are just really, really, really cool. It's a very like vintage Southern, I don't know, theme to it, I think. But you'll see the images once I get in and kind of explain what I meant by that. But this journal here, it measures, oh my gosh, where's my notes? It measures, well, the covers are 5.5 by 8.25, and then as you can see, the pages are just a tad bit smaller. So here's the image on the front that I absolutely loved, with a little bonnet and everything. Very cool. And then the back side to that page. So I'm assuming this is a peach, like a Georgia peach. See here, Charleston Hotel. So it just has that very southern flair to it, and the colors are just gorgeous. Oops, there we go. So I closed it with this new sari silk ribbon that I just got. It's kind of like a mixture of a pink and a peach, but I really liked it, so I wanted to sort of bring out the color in the background there. And then also on the spine, I did add a little bit of lace just to give it a little extra, I don't know, charm. So I like that. And inside, I did something different. The background pages for this journal is not from the kit. I found this other shop on Etsy, and it's called, oh gosh, I want to say Optical Illusion. No, Optical something or other. I'll put the link to the shop below, but right now she's running a really good sale for, I think it's for her birthday month, and it's, I mean, everything is basically on sale. But when I gone over, I got a couple different packs, not packs, but kits, digital downloads of just plain like background, I'm using them for background pages. They're more for kind of like scrapbooking and stuff, but for my use, they work perfect with background pages. So as you can see right here, here's the first one. And it's really cool because you see how it looks like it's bent here? That's actually part of the print. And I don't know how well it'll show on camera, but in person, it does show really well. So that is one of the pages that I got. And so here is the first image from the kit. And the women with their big dresses. It was so cool. And then so here. So on the back of all the printed pages, it will be that shop's background pages. So in the first pocket here, this was a page that I just shrunk down to make the pocket. I added a little eyelet trim and then this little sort of peachy color bow. And then in the pocket here, this here is one of the ephemera pieces from the kit, and so is this. And then this here, actually, as you can see, this was also what the cover was made out of too. This is one of the sheets. But I just love this image, so I think I did it a few times throughout. But I just made a journaling card with that. And this one here has coffee dyed paper sewn on the back of it. Okay. And I did do, I think most of the pockets in this are sewn, that you'll be able to see it because you'll see the stitching on the background. And most of everything is coffee dyed, except for, I believe the children's writing paper is not coffee dyed. And no, and obviously what I print out, those are not coffee dyed. So we have a coffee filter here. So the coffee filter is coffee dyed. And I just like it because it kind of gives texture to the pages as you're turning them. But you can absolutely journal on them. So here is the next image from the kit. And then more of the background paper. And this here, this little cutout was some of the ephemera, and I kind of just glued it down on this side here so you can tuck something in there. I just stuck this little tag in there, and that is from the kit as well. I just love those big dresses. Love them. But I put it in there so that way you can see that it is a tuck spot. And then I just ran some crocheted trim at the bottom. So some more of the children's writing paper. And here we have, well, this one here, I turned into one of those little floating pockets. And inside is just some extra journaling paper. One of the offcuts from when I was cutting down everything. But of course, you know me, I don't throw anything away. There we go. And, you know, you can put other stuff in there as well. And this is also some ephemera from the kit. So that is pretty cool. And let's see if I can clip this back on while I am filming. There we go. Perfect. And so here, Very Southern Gentleman, which is a little confusing because he looks grown, but then so does he, but he's short like a child. So I'm not sure if he's supposed to be a kid with a full beard. I didn't figure that part out. I'm not sure. And then more. Look at this background paper. That's gorgeous. And I don't know if it's showing up on camera, so you might think I'm a nut, but in real life, when you see it, it is really, really gorgeous. All right, so here I did a little collage-y flip. So, you know, flips up for journaling on the inside. And then this is one of the ephemera pieces. And this was actually a piece out of the haberdashery paper stack. I still have some pieces. Actually, I still have a lot because, you know, me and paper hoarding go hand in hand. But I did use a piece of that, tore around the edge, just to kind of vintage it up a bit. And then I added this little bits of when I was cutting off different pieces. I like to keep these little bits just to make little collages. And a vintage button. And what, if you can see how there's thread in there, a lot of the vintage buttons that I got at the flea market and when I went to Brimfield a few weeks back, some of them you could tell the buttons were just cut right off clothing because it has a lot of the thread still in them. And at first I was like, oh my god, that I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But I actually like it a lot better. It just gives it that more vintagey look. You know, this was a button on somebody's clothing at one time, and now it's part of a journal. I just think now, thinking of it that way, it's a lot cooler. So there's a lot of pictures of houses in this kit. So I'm thinking these are those old southern, like, estates, kind of. I'm not really sure, and it's really little. It does say something plantation. So, but there's a lot of the houses. And then here is also cut out from the kit. I sewed some coffee dye paper onto that. And this is one of the pages I shrunk down, and then I cut in half to make another journaling spot. And then those just get tucked right back in there. Okay. So here is some ledger paper. I put a little flower there with a little piece of bling in the middle. And then it also folds out for some more journaling. And here is this woman. And this was one of the ephemera pieces from the kit, but I used it as a tuck spot, and then I added some crocheted lace on the side. And this is one of the pages which I shrunk down and cut in half to make tags. And I like making tags that way because then it kind of ties the book together, because you're basically taking the pages, shrinking them down, cutting them in half, and, you know, so it all really just goes. Here's some sparkly, I don't know if that will show up, if you can see the gold sparkles through there. Sparkly paper. And my favorite image again. And here, this little piece here was a little cutout from the kit, which I used just to make a tiny tuck spot. And then one of the pages shrunk down, and then I cut it into the shape of a tag. And then here's two more women. And another coffee filter. Here's two more ladies with their beautiful dresses on. Actually, gowns maybe. Should I call them gowns or dresses? I don't know. Whatever they are because and see how well these background pages go? I mean, it went perfectly with the kit. And I believe because I bought one and it was like really, really on sale. I think it was like 69 cents and you get, I don't know, 10 background pages. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, her sale is really, really good right now. So here are some more coffee dye paper on the back, journaling cards, and this up here, we have a little flip down, some of my Wish flowers, and then some crochet lace underneath, which actually I think I also got from Wish. And this was actually kind of cool. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe hold it up a little bit. I was coffee dyeing paper at my parents' house over the weekend because they have the double oven. So there's 2 racks in each oven. So when I go over there, I like to coffee dye because you can get so much done at one time. But on one of her pans, I like it because it leaves the striped lines you can see. But it also has a tag. It says USA because I think it was, I don't know, whatever maker it was. But I didn't realize that it also showed up in the coffee dyeing process, which I thought was pretty cool. Okay, and then here we have some coffee dyed line paper. A silhouette of a woman with her beautiful gown. And I've seen a lot of people doing this, and I had to, jump on the bandwagon. One of the recent videos I saw was Danny's journal, the beekeeper one, and she had some different little books and stuff. I've seen other people make little books for their books. So there's 2 of them. This is one of them. And then I just have it with, just random papers. And I just also sewed it in. You can see, oh no, you can't really see, but yeah, it's sewed in just like I sew the books. But I think it's cute because that way, you don't have to keep it in this. You can do whatever you want with these little books. I love little books, so I had to make some little books for my books. So here's a nice sheet. On the top here, oops, it's coming off. I layered some little green flowers. And here is one of the sheets. Oh, there's the little boy with the beard and the man. And I just love her bonnet. Like the whole, I don't know, just the whole look. I'm really in love with this kit. Some more lined paper with some gold sparkles. And here's the center. I like this page for the center. It just kind of, I don't know, just like the way that looked. So there's the center. More gold sparkly paper. Here is something different. I had to, one of the pockets I had to trim off the top a little bit just to make it not so tall. So what I did is I kept the top. If you can see, hold on, let me take that out. See there? I got this heart punch from Danny in my Happy Mail, and I absolutely love it. So what I did was I punched the bottom of that and then turned it into a little tuck spot. And then on the top, we have some trim there and then a little peach colored ribbon. And this is one of the pages shrunk down. That's beautiful too. And here, another, this is the same exact flip down as the other one with the heart, not the heart, the flower. And then the crocheted trim underneath. And again, 2 journaling cards. This one has coffee dye paper sewn on the back. And then, let's see. Okay, so these little strips here, they're not strips. They're actually part of the ephemera. And I wasn't sure what I'd cut them out and, to do what with, because they were kind of too small to make pockets like I did with the ones that were a little bit bigger. So I turned them into tuck spots. So, and then I added the purple flower. And again, you see the little, I don't know, hopefully you can see the thread on the inside. So that button, was used. And this one, I just wanted to decorate it a little bit. I put some black lace on the side just because the horse is black, the lamppost is black, and why not, right? And then that tucks right back in there. Oh, here's the coffee filter. And this other cutout that I turned into a little tuck spot. Here's, oh, we saw this house earlier. And then turn that one into a tag. And this one is also another floating pocket. So this one here is a big cutout from the kit. And this one has some little pictures in it. So here's another house. And here's the two women again. And I sewed that image onto the front. And that tucks there. And then of course, you know, you can add other things. It doesn't, you can take that stuff out. Whatever you want. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. And so the same side tuck again. And I did this woman, and I added also the black because the opposite side of her was the black horse, and I did the black lace there. So I said, well, might as well just continue because see her whole outline is also black. So I thought that kind of went really well together. A little flip out here. Oh, here's the other book. And it's just the same as the other one. I sewed it, as you can see. Well, maybe not. There we go. And just put some random papers inside. And I like the size of it, too. You know, let me see what size it is. It is 3 1/4 by 5. So it's a pretty good size. And there's a journaling card from the kit. No, not from the kit, from the paper. And then another little collage down there. And then this whole thing flips up. Gold sparkles on the paper. And another just little side tuck there. And here is the other little spot. See, you can tell I really like this image. I don't know, was it third, fourth time we've seen it in here? So that's there. And look at this button. This button, I left that on. I almost was going to cut it off, but I didn't. It's part of the material. So whatever can't speak. Whatever piece of clothing this button was sewn onto was red, because there's a little piece of red material still attached. And this button is so old. Like if you could see it in real life, it's just so vintage. I love it. Love, love, love it. There's the other coffee filter. And here I just added, and see, some more thread there, which is awesome. Now I think when I'm looking for buttons, I want to see buttons that have the thread still in them. I just really like the way that looks. I mean, of course, I can put my own thread in it, but it's more of the history. Like, you know, this button was actually on somebody's clothing. How many years ago? Who knows? And now, I don't know. I just like the whole upcycling thing. And then we have and look at that dress. That is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. With the itty bitty waist. My goodness. Yeah, this dress would not fit me. Maybe this part would, but definitely not up in here. And the back. So, I hope you liked my little walkthrough of this album, because I really am really liking this this kit. I just love the images. I love the whole, like, the big dresses, I just love it all. So it is going to be available in my Etsy. I will leave all the information to my shop below if you are interested. I'll also put a link to the shop that I got all my background pages from, and I actually got a lot more stuff too. I just I've downloaded them, but I haven't. I wanted to take advantage of her sale because why not, right? So you'll be seeing some of her work in my upcoming projects. Oh, and one thing I did find out, you know how when you purchase something like a digital download from Etsy, you always have to read their fine print of what you can do and what you cannot do with their images. The way hers was written, I was a little confused. Can I use these in a project that I actually sell? Or can I use these in a project that, just in general. So I had messaged her and she messaged me back and said, absolutely. So all of her stuff on her store, whatever you do with it in projects is fine. It's more like you can't print out the sheets and sell them, or you can't use her images to make other sheets. I think, and that's what most Etsy sellers that do have digital downloads say about everything. But I mean, her stuff is fantastic. So, really just go take a look and see if there's anything you like before the sale's over, which was really nice. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.